Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to another ReaperCast episode. Today we're going to be talking about a few new things, and then after that I'm going to be moving on to something a bit more personal. So firstly, thanks for joining me. I will be making a much shorter video than usual, but it's just something I really wanted to get out of the way. Alright, so the first thing we're going to be talking about here is a couple of reprints. So for volume 1 we have 4 new cards, well 4 reprints really, that we'll be getting. So firstly we're going to get a ZW's Sleipnir Mail. Now this card's specific towards a Utopia deck. Recently we have been getting some interesting support for the Zexal era, which is really great. Obviously one of them being the Numeronius deck, or the Numeronius cards that allow us to actually go to 100,000 attack. But even so, getting a reprint of a ZW card is making it interesting, because are we maybe looking forward to perhaps some more Utopia support? That would be really fun, and yeah, I can't wait if that actually happens. The next card we're getting a reprint of is Cyverse Wicked. I don't really see the reason as to why this card would get a reprint. It's already a common from a relatively recent set, Cybernetic Horizon, which came out no more than a year ago. So it just makes it seem odd for it to actually get a reprint, even though it already came in a common a few sets ago. But seeing in this particular case that it's being reprinted, we could probably hope that it might come in a higher rarity, so that would definitely be really awesome. However, moving on here, we also have a reprint of Rank Up Magic Numeron Force. Again, it's perpetuating the fact that Zexal era is actually getting more attention in this particular scenario now, and it kind of makes sense. We've been getting a lot of attention for a lot of the other eras, even Arc 5. But seeing that Zexal is now getting a bit more attention is definitely going to be quite interesting, because now with the Rank Up Magic Numeron Force, I'm looking forward to a lot more of the numbers decks. So if we could actually get some more support, or perhaps reprints for Gimmick Puppets, or maybe the Chronomalies, or any kind of deck that came out in the Zexal era, that would be very fantastic. And as for the fourth card, it's not necessarily a reprint here, but it's an Ice Barrier token. This could be very interesting, because if we actually got a high rarity token, that would be pretty cool, though I don't know if we've ever had a high rarity token before. I mean, I know that we have tokens that are actually made into an ultra rare, but aside from commons and ultras, there's not much else for it. So it would be interesting if we could actually get like an ultimate rare token, or even a secret rare. That would be pretty awesome for a token card as well. And seeing that this is for Ice Barriers, it kind of also hypes us up for the Ice Barrier structure deck as well. However, with that being said, there is a new card I wanted to talk about. It's called the Absolute Divine Beast. This is essentially a Egyptian god support card, I guess, a trap card, a continuous trap card, and the first and second effects can only be used once per turn. Basically, it's a hard once per turn, because only the effects of this card's name can be used once per turn. So for the first effect, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you discard one spell or trap card, then target one Divine Beast monster in your graveyard, special summon it in defense position, then change the attack target to it. So it makes it really interesting. Obviously, the one Egyptian god I'm actually thinking about here that would benefit off this would mainly be Obelisk, but I do like the artwork is actually going to be focusing on Slifer here. But to actually get the benefits of this particular effect, Obelisk is really your only target in this particular scenario, unless your graveyard is already filled up with trap cards. In that case, a Slifer focused deck could actually work. For the second effect, during your end phase, if you control a Divine Beast monster, you can destroy all face-up cards your opponent currently controls that activated any of their effects on the field this turn. This is pretty nice, because let's say you actually use the first effect to bring back one of your Divine Beasts, and it's not actually destroyed because obviously it has way too high of a defense, then that's just really great, because the second effect will kick in during the end phase, so not only your end phase but also the opponent's end phase as well. All their face-up cards that the opponent actually controls, field spells, continuous traps, continuous spells, monsters, all of that would actually just be destroyed if any of them happen to activate their effects on the field that particular turn, which I just think is really good. I mean, that's just really nice support that, you know, obviously it's not going to make the deck broken, or it's not going to make the deck close to meta relevant, but it does add something that would allow the deck to at least be able to compete in even a casual format. But that's pretty much the only card we're going to be talking about today. I wanted to actually shift a bit towards more personal news here. So firstly, in Australia, which is where I am at the moment, a few of the restrictions have been lifted up to the point where we can actually even take off our masks now, at least on the outdoors particular perspective. So that means if we're actually entering like a shopping center, or if we're entering a particular indoor public environment, then we will still be required to actually wear our masks. But the fact that outdoors in the public we're allowed to take off our masks, it's definitely quite a dangerous thing to actually go about. Now obviously I'm still keeping safe here, and I always believe this whole notion of better to be safe than sorry. So for me, I'm still wearing my mask pretty much all the time whenever I'm outside, but I do see a lot of people actually not wearing their masks now, and this is kind of concerning because if cases start to arise again, then it would obviously become really bad, which means that stores would start closing down again, and we would be put back into lockdown. And to be put back into lockdown would actually worsen the whole TCG perspective of things, because with TCGs, the way how things have been going so far is that the prices have been rising. I've already made a video on this, but I'll reiterate it just for a moment here. The prices of all TCGs have been going up simply because of distribution problems. Booster packs are far more expensive now. I mean, a booster pack would normally cost you $5 here, but it's now risen up to $7 per pack. That is very expensive, and it's just not worth it anymore. Booster boxes have also gone up in price as well. So from a $90 box, which is the regular retail price, it's now jumped up to about $130, which I just think it's ridiculous that we're actually required to pay that much now for TCGs. And this is just Yu-Gi-Oh alone, but it's mainly being pushed along given Pokemon's success. With Pokemon, it's become really popular right now, and as expensive as it's getting, people are still actually getting into the game more and more, myself included, and it's just allowing for all other card games to also increase their price, despite the fact that during this time a lot of people are going into unemployment, a lot of people are actually just would rather save their money. But surprisingly, in the TCG community in general, people seem to be wanting to spend more money than ever on card games, and it's just ridiculous for me to actually for anyone to really be spending money like that. So it kind of seems unfortunate. Now, given there is lower supply of these particular products, so I can't find any Rise of the Duelist boxes, I can't find any Phantom Rage boxes, and even all of the Pokemon products, they're all scarce, you can't find them anymore. The most popular card game out there, I believe to be, is Magic, which I don't play, but normally you would be seeing their products all over the place, no matter where you're going. But I'm actually starting to see that there are no Magic products anymore as well, which makes it really surprising that the supply for all of these TCG products, it's decreased so much to the point where it's caused a rise in their retail prices that might even become permanent, and this could cause a lot of problems. So yeah, right now I am trying to obviously like update a few of my decks by getting a lot of the newer cards, but I'm just really not getting any access to it, and it's making it really difficult as well, because a lot of the decks I want to build, they do actually require the new support from Rise of the Duelist and Phantom Rage, and the fact that I just can't find them, it's gonna be difficult. Yeah, it's just really bad. But definitely tell me what your situation is in wherever you guys are actually living around the world. Like, did prices actually increase for you, and is it easy to get products now, or is it still hard to get it? Are you actually in a lockdown right now, or are your restrictions also lifted? I'm really curious to know because it's actually making the TCG community actually really difficult here. But that being said, I hope you guys actually enjoyed this video. Please definitely drop a like and share this video if you actually enjoyed it. A comment also really helps for this video as well, for any of my videos, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos just like this. But also, I know that we're still dealing with some tough times here. I mean, really, there's no vaccine yet, so a lot of people might still be struggling. So I'd just like to let you know that you could always just come and talk to me if you want. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, and you could feel free to just message me and just talk things out. You know, it can be about anything as well. Whether you're actually building a deck and you want to talk about that, whether you want to talk about some new cards, anything is okay. Because all of us can share this particular tough time, and so we could all actually connect by talking in any kind of way to vent out any of our frustrations. But with that being said, I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you next time.